Hello everyone. It's me again, your stitchy friend from the Philippines. This is James the Peach teacher, and welcome to Flosstube number 36. If you happen to watch this video for the first time, this video or this channel is all about cross stitching, where I will be sharing my cross stitch project and of course my cross stitch journey. And welcome back once again, and thank you very much for my returning viewers. To my regular viewers, welcome back once again, and I hope you will still enjoy what you will be seeing uh, here on this latest Flosstube video. And of course, my new subscribers, hello there. Thank you very much and welcome to my channel. I hope that you have liked my previous videos, and of course thank you for clicking that subscribe button. So if you haven't subscribed yet, for those viewers who haven't subscribed yet on my channel, please do click the subscribe button and maybe click also the notification bell so that you will be informed if there will be videos that I will be uploading in the future, so you will be notified. And thank you very much for those who have watched and of course who liked my previous video last 2 weeks. So today is May 7. We are now on the second week of May. How is everyone? I hope you are doing okay. I hope you are enjoying what you are stitching right now while watching this video. The weather here in our place in the Philippines is very hot nowadays. So for weeks now we are experiencing hot weather, and the local weather um, agency already declared that we are now entering the El Nino season. Now we are experiencing 30 to 33 degrees of temperature, but the heat index would go high up to 35 until 40 degrees Celsius during um, from 10 o'clock up to 2 o'clock. That would be the hottest hour. Thankfully, here in our place, every night or during the afternoon, there were rain that would cool down while we are sleeping at night, and also of course in the morning when we wake up we can feel the coldness, but uh, after about 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock, that's we are experiencing now the start of the very hot weather, but we are still okay. Once again, this is Flosstube number 36, and I will be sharing to you 6 whips or projects that I have been working on for the past 2 weeks, and 4 of these whips are full coverage projects, and surprisingly I will be showing to you on this video 2 fancy lady whips. One is a new start, so I will explain later why I am stitching fancy ladies on a scheduled, or I should be stitching full coverage projects for 2 weeks. Okay, so let us now start showing my whips. The first one is a heaven and earth design chart. This is an artwork by Michael Hayes, and this is Awakening. So I will be showing to you the picture of this whip the last time you saw it. So I am right now over here. So I have finished the 5 blocks by 10, so 50 by 10 blocks. So this is stitched on a 16 count Aida fabric 1 over 1, and my total number of stitches, let me open first my pattern keeper, and I will also be showing some stats of the number of stitches I have stitched and the percentage and the total number. So right now I have a total of 5,027 stitches, and I am now 2.09%. So I have achieved my goal is to have 5,000 stitches on this project. So this is awakening. Next is a restart last year, but this was one of my oldest whips, and this is from another Heaven and Earth and Design chart, and this is designed by Aimee Stewart, and this is the Beachcomber's Bounty. So here's the picture the last time you saw the Beachcomber's Bounty. So this is stitched on a 16 count Aida fabric 1 by 1, and I have started on the right portion of the pattern, and this is where I am right now. So the red color that you are seeing right now, that is a ladybug, although it's not so clear, but it's a ladybug when you look it far. So the stats of the Beachcomber's Bounty, I am now at 1.99%, and I have a total of 6,480 stitches. So that's whip number 3, the Beachcomber's Bounty. Next is another chart from Heaven and Earth Design, and this is the Princess Asleep. This is designed by Yvonne Gilbert, and let's have a look of a picture the last time we saw the Princess Asleep. So far, this is where this is the progress of the Princess Asleep. So this is stitched on a 16 count Aida fabric 1 by 1, and as you can see here the moth and also some leaves over there and this beautiful fur. So this is a heavy confetti part over here. So I am stitching on this part. So hopefully on the next time you will see it, it's already okay here, and I am starting to stitch over here. So this is Princess Asleep. So I have been stitching those projects at night after work, and let's see the stats. So I am now at 4.50%, and I have now a total of 7,147 stitches. So these three are now at this 5,000 stitches, or more than 5,000 stitches. That was my um, target for those three. Next is another full coverage project or whip, and this is from Tatiana Federova. It is bird song. It is a no background version, and let's have a look of the picture the last time you saw this beautiful chart. So this is where I am with the bird song. So I have started at the right part of the chart where most of the stitches are. So I've just have had a small amount of stitches, or added small amount of stitches, but it looks good already. What do you think? So I've already reached 5,000 stitches on this project, so it has now a total of 5,031 stitches, and I am now 2.25%. There you go. So I think the only full coverage project that has below 5,000 is my new start that was last month, I guess. It is the waterhole master, and I think I'm around at 2,000 plus. So on my next schedule of my full coverage, so I will be stitching that, and I will be uh, eyeing for a 5,000 number of stitches. So those are my full coverage projects, and supposed to be uh, I would be stitching more on the bird song, or I'll be I should be uh, stitching another full coverage project, but my 14 count Ada fabric order arrived. That was, I think, last Wednesday, and also my purchased um, Rit dye uh, powder. So I think I am here. So I ordered this one. This is a powdered Rit dye, and this is the color of this one is scarlet, and I also have the denim blue. I've ordered this one because it's a bit cheaper to the um, compared to the liquid one, but um, as I've watched all the most of the Flosstube videos that are having their dye or dyeing, or having their fabric dye or a dyeing tutorial, they prefer the uh, the liquid one, which is on a bottle, on a plastic bottle. So let me share to you first the fabric that I have dyed. These are 14 count. I have 2 yards, and then I uh, cut it in half, and these are the fabric that I've successfully dyed. It was my first time doing this one, and This is the first color, so I hope you can see the effect of this one. And here you go. And then I have here another blue dyed fabric, which is a bit of darker one. There you go. And there you go. Then I combined the two colors, and this is the result. It's a bit of a purple one, and there were some reds over here, but I think you cannot see it. So there you go. And lastly, the dominant color is red, and then I've poured some blue color, and this is the result. So there you go. So those are my first time hand-dyed fabric 14 count. And as I've noticed, the fabric didn't shrink. I was hoping that the fabric would shrink, but it did not, but that's okay. So I will be buying more 14 count fabric and experimenting more colors, uh, and I haven't uh, decided yet what um, chart that I will be stitching on these fabrics. What do you think about the fabric, guys? So kindly comment down below. So because of that one, I have started one, and actually this was already planned, but this should be stitched after this week, but because of the excitement and what do you call this, the eagerness, and also I was very curious to stitch on 14 count handed fabric. I've started a fancy lady, and this is from the Bella Filipina, and this is Queen Sari. And it would be the first time that I will be stitching on a 14 count, and then also 2 over 1. So usually on my 16 count fabric of my fancy ladies, I only have 1 over 1, but this time I am doing 2 over 1, and this is now the progress. Ta-da! So I was targeting to finish stitching her face, and I did it a while ago before, so I still have the needle here. There you go, her face. So of course the face is 2 over 1. There. So what do you think about the fabric I use and the Queen Sari? So I chose Queen Sari because uh, I think she she looks like she's flying on this fabric. So there you go, Queen Sari, my new start on my new hand-dyed fabric. There you go. And the last one is another fancy lady. This is a whip. I've stitched this one because I always use my phone when uh, when I am stitching my full coverage project. My pattern keeper is installed on my phone. So unfortunately, uh, my phone uh, was empty during that time, and I can't stitch any full coverage project, so I decided to choose one fancy lady, and this is the fancy lady that I have chosen, and this is the Spring Queen. So let's have a look of the picture the last time you saw the Spring Queen. This is where I am right now. It has not been ironed, so it has some folds on the cloth. And there you go. Look at her. So I finished stitching her arms over here, and then also this one. So be stitching I would be finished I should be I will be finishing this part and also this part and go over here, because on the paper, on the pattern, so from here to here, so that's the first page. So that is the Spring Queen from Mirabilia. Okay, so those are my whips that I have been stitching for the past 2 weeks, and for the next week for the next 2 weeks I am now scheduled on stitching my fancy ladies, and my plan is I will be finishing a Mermaid of the Pearls, which is now I am in the middle of the beading part, so hopefully I will be finishing that one, and then I will be stitching the Winter Queen and also the Summer Queen, and maybe squeeze sometimes stitching the Spring Queen. Okay, that is for my Mirabilia. So for my um, Bella Filipina, I will still be stitching the portrait of Maria Clara. The Maybe later I will also be stitching Queen Sari, or I have decided that I will restart the Reina Mariposa on this fabric. So let what do you think of Reina Mariposa on this fabric? So I will be stitching that one later, and then I will also be stitching the Queen Flower Fairy. So I think those are the four Bella Filipina projects that I will be stitching for the next 2 weeks. And then after that one, I will go back to my Alforest embroidery, maybe squeeze in some of my full coverage projects that I haven't stitched this week. So those are my plans. And lastly, I will be sharing to you uh, what I have purchased for my beads, on organizing the beads. So I have here a box of different storage for the beads. I think this container is for the diamond painting, but I've purchased this one for my beads. So what I did is I've cut there you go, so that I will know what is the number of the beads instead of putting some stickers. So I have here all my beads that I used on my already finished fancy lady project. So I haven't stored yet the beads that are still uh, my fancy lady beads. Okay, so I think that would be all for this video. I hope you have liked what you have seen so far on my whips and my new start, and also the fabric. If you have to say anything, or if you have suggestions on what um, fancy lady chart that would fit on those fabrics, please do comment down below. And I forgot also, after these fancy ladies, I will be going back again to stitch my pattern, which is the cross stitch tools. So maybe in the following weeks I will have a stitch with me exclusively for that particular chart of mine, which is um, the cross stitch tools. So have a blast for the next 2 weeks. Happy stitching, everyone, and see you next 2 weeks. Bye.